Well, right now, they got you as the third best shooting guard behind Jordan and Kobe. Would you agree with that?
I don't care. Like, until the next person come along and they make me the fourth or the fifth or the sixth, like, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, if we talking in a barbershop and we talking about rankings, I want my name to be mentioned with the greats. So if you tell me I'm third, I'm not first, so I'm mad about that. But if you tell me I'm third, I can respect the top two that's in front of me.
Right.
But also, too, I understand it's all subjective as well.
Right.
Is it West? Was Iverson a two guard? Do you love James Harden's style? Do you love this? Like, I mean, what are we doing here?
Right.
And so for me, like, to be mentioned with the greats is all I ever wanted. To put a number on it, that number moves.
Right.
Maybe I know we're thinking right now that Jordan and Kobe one is in stone, but like these numbers.
They ain't gonna let nobody pass Jordan and Kobe. I don't think they're gonna let anybody pass Jordan.
We not. I know one thing about us. Our generation ain't gonna let nobody come along because we gonna fight and defend Jordan and Kobe forever.
Forever.
Right.
Forever.
And so for me, man, it's like in my position, like, and I'm very honest. I was a very great player from my abilities. I maximize all my abilities.
That's all you can ask for.
Right? I maximize it.
Yes.
Because of injury, I wasn't able to get to the level that I knew I could get to. Right? My mind, I was in GOAT level of my mentality and my talent. I didn't get a chance.
D-Wade doesn't tear his knee in college. D-Wade doesn't have the 2 knee surgeries in the NBA. And he played 16 seasons. What's D-Wade numbers?
You doing your GOAT conversation with me. You doing what's your bad? What they do?
Yeah.
No.
So I'd have had to go basketball when I'm talking about D-Wade. I'd have had to.
Well, I mean, like I said, we talking about ifs. You take away the injuries away. I'm still playing basketball right now if I want to.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's the injuries and everything and the mental, right? But if I'm healthy enough, like I know how to, like, you gotta understand something about my game multiple ways.
Right.
I played the game multiple ways. So even right now, even when I got older, I had another game that still was effective as an old player. So in my mind, you motherfucking right. I was one of them dudes. Like, you couldn't tell me in 06, 07, 08 that I wasn't going to where I wanted to go. Right? Like, why not? I'm tearing like, the league is not, it's not hard for me. I'm averaging 30 a game in the NBA.
Right.
And so forth and so on. And I already won a Finals MVP. I already won a championship in my third year. I did that. So in my mind, I'm very confident and quietly cocky about where I'm going.
Right.
And then injuries start boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And it humbled me real quick.
When did you realize that you possibly, because of the injuries, wasn't going to reach the ultimate player that you wanted to become? That you was going to have to, like, okay, I'm a great player, but I know I had so much more in me if I didn't have this injury.
I mean, as you get older, so somewhere in that Big Three era, where
you didn't look the same that 2014. That LeBron's last year.
I wasn't the same. Ain't no look. I wasn't. I was getting shots before all the games.
Really?
Oh man, we'll do a documentary later.
Okay.
Like all the knee injections and the shots and all that stuff, man, to get out there and perform. Like I did a lot of those things to be able to get out there. My body felt like I got smacked by a Mack truck.
Right.
Like, and that's how I was playing. Right. And I was doing everything to medicate myself to be out there.
Right.
And so. Yeah, I realized it at a point, man. I think it was one time, like, you just over the years, like when I used to get past somebody, one step, bow, I'm at the rim. And my body, I'm putting you in the rim.
Right.
And then it became one step, I don't even get to this floater. One step, let me get to the side step. I can't even get back. It's the same.
Right.
So like you know these things. If you a person who get out the shower in the morning, you actually look in the mirror at yourself, you know who you are.
Right.
You talk to yourself in the mirror like I do. So I knew over the time, I was like, oh, I'm losing a little of these steps. Mm-hmm. I'm not as explosive. I'm not as this and that. Doesn't mean I can't still be great and I can't play this game, but I started to see it. And so it for me, once I started doing it, I'm like, okay, like who's up next?
Right.
LeBron, you do more.
Right.
I do a little.
Right.
Because you know that you can't carry that same load no more.
Yeah.
It ain't the same. I can't get to that rim in 0.2 seconds. Now it's like 0.4, 0.5. It's a little different. They can close in on me.
Right.
I can't be as great. And so like all these little things I started to understand, and I started to like, okay, calculate. Take a step back, move your game this way, go to the post, go to the mid-range, on like all these things.
Right.
And so like you gotta be mentally sharp in this game if you want to stay a long time. It can't just be about the physical, as you know.